Well, I guess we should start by introducing ourselves.
Yes.
My name is Susan. I'm the manager at the Upper King William Library.
I am Kathleen, and I am a library associate, so I work here with Susan.
All right, so we wanted to do this podcast because, we have and are book lovers, have been book lovers our entire lives. We've all dealt with libraries in some way since we were kids. But we didn't realize all the services that public libraries had available for their patrons until we actually started working here.
That's correct.
And it's just surprising. Of course, all libraries have websites and things like that, but for whatever reason, the things that get the most publicity are obviously, checking out books, which of course we love. But we do want to let everyone know that if you don't read print books or if you don't read books at all, there's also a ton of other stuff that you can take advantage of, and it's all free with your library card. We should, go ahead and get started on some of them. And
yes, and I might add though, the library really is here for the community to enhance the life of the community. So everyone who lives around here and uses the library, there are so many things available to make your life better. And I just hope that a little bit of what we get across are things that maybe people weren't aware of, because the library is yours.
Absolutely, and we want as many people supporting it as possible because we do really only exist to provide services.
That's it.
And so we want to let people know what is perfectly free to them, all available if they live within our communities. Now, Pamunkey Regional Library serves 4 different counties, and we have 10 different branches. We serve Goochland, Hanover, King and Queen, and King William. So if you live in any of those areas, you're going to be able to find a branch near you, and all of these services are available there. Honestly, the thing that I found the most surprising when I started working here is that you can get books from different branches.
I can't believe the same for me.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's so obvious now that we work here because we do it every single day. And yet we still have patrons that are like, you can get books from Goochland? Yes, we are. We're in the same system, all 10 branches, and every library has their own different types of collections. So, yeah, when I was a kid, I would walk in, and then I would see that a book was not on the shelf, and I would think, I guess they don't have it. There's no point. And, I grew up in the digital age, so I could have gone on the website and looked it up, but for whatever reason, I just didn't. I just decided to drop by, and it wasn't there, so I was just like, okay, I guess that's it for me. And then
Susan, we still have people that think that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see that there's almost a reticence as if you're bothering us. Like,
yes.
No.
That's what we're here for.
Exactly right. We're here for that. We have couriers that's their entire job, is to bring different books to wherever, whatever branch that they're needed. So you're not putting us out by requesting that we bring a different book.
Susan, I hate to date myself, but I did grow up in the card catalog era, going to a big city library in Phoenix, Arizona. So when I came here, moved here, this little rural library, I was thinking, not very much. But the supervising librarian that was interviewing me let me know that we have 10 branches, and I could get, if it wasn't here, I could look it up in the catalog and it would be brought to me. So that was rather exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the other thing that really surprised me was that even if we didn't have a book in the entirety of our 10 branches, you can still put in requests for the library to either purchase or get through a different library through the interlibrary loan system. I was completely floored by that. So these patron-driven requests are put in, again, because we're here to serve. And if you're telling us this is the type of book that you want, or this is the book that you want, we're going to go and try and get it for you, because that's what we exist for. So, I've had wonderful luck with pretty much everything that I've requested. The library has been able to get to me either through the purchase request, and we actually own the copy, or the interlibrary loans. Now, interlibrary loans is a system of different libraries across the country. They can choose to participate or not participate. Let's say that we don't have a book. It's out of print, so we're not able to purchase it from any of our vendors. So we look in our system to see if one of the participating branches of the interlibrary loan system has a copy. And then we can contact that library and have them send the book to us so that you can pick it up at whatever branch you want. You can, take it home, read it, and then you bring it back to us, and then we mail it right back to that library system. So, again, in the past, what I would have done is like, okay, we can't get the book. I guess I'm just going to have to purchase it. Mm-hmm. Now, if it's a book, that might not cost you so much on Amazon, you might think, whatever, what's the big deal? But there are some books that if they're out of print, they cost hundreds of dollars. Mm-hmm. Or you just don't want to spend it. If the library is able to provide it to you for free, then, or at least at a very reduced price, because some interlibrary loans do wind up costing a little bit of money depending on the library that we get them from. But it's vastly reduced compared to what you would be paying for if you actually went out and bought the book.
Right. Now, I remember I had this memory of a book that I'd read years ago about the pressed flower arrangements of Princess Grace of Monaco. And believe it or not, the library was able to get an interlibrary loan for me so I could look at that book again and enjoy it and then give it back. Mm-hmm. But for book requests, I'm a book nerd, you're a book nerd. We're always wanting a new book.
Yep.
And sometimes we want it right when it comes out.
Exactly.
And you can just go online, fill out the online book request form, and I've always had very good luck.
Yeah, it's a great service to have. And even if we're not able to get it either through ILL or, a purchase request, at least you've gone through all your options.
Yes.
And we might also refer you to a different library system. If we're able to look it up and you can get it at Henrico or whatever, it's just a lot, easier that way, because some books you want to look through, you want to read through, and might not be sure whether it's actually a good book, whether you actually want to invest your money into it.
That's right.
That's just a great way of doing it.
That's what I do.
Oh yeah, I don't. I walked into Barnes and Noble this weekend, and I'm looking through, and I love the displays. I just love looking at books, and I'm looking and I'm seeing, that seems like it'd be a good book, and then I turn around and the price is like $30, and I'm like, do I really want to spend $30 on a book that might be okay or might not be great? Yeah, I don't think so.
And here we work in a library, and you're going to Barnes and Noble on your day off.
Yep. And I still look through Amazon and look at all the books that are coming in. Yeah, I'm a book nerd, so I like to go to different places, but honestly, I cannot remember the last time I purchased a book from a bookstore, which is...
It's been a long time for me.
Yeah. It's just not... If it's a book that I absolutely love, and I want to own, and I already know it's great, then I'm absolutely going to do that. But, the usage of the public library, like we were talking about before, is just so, libraries are here to serve, and so we want to use them to let them know that they are institutions that should be funded well, because we do provide a lot.
And the collection is always changing and growing. They're always purchasing new books. It never stays the same. So there's so much, whether it's fun things, or you want to just increase your education, or just read a novel. It's always changing, and it's always something new.
Well, speaking of new, our DVD collection has vastly expanded since I started working here. I started working here in 2016, and our DVD collection was good, but it wasn't as full as it is today. Today you can pretty much look up any movie that you've ever heard of, and then we probably have it, or if we're able to purchase it, we're going to purchase it. And these are like brand new movies that are just coming out. Pretty much every movie that comes out in theaters, we actually get here. So again, you can think Redbox or get it off of Amazon Prime or whatever. You don't have to pay, which is awesome. You can just get the DVD, which we have physical copies of, but we also have streaming services available. Yes. That's something that's definitely changed in the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
We have Hoopla, and Canopy.
I love Hoopla.
Yeah, and I've started looking through Canopy more, and it's got a lot of good movies. I mean, so Hoopla, the great thing about Hoopla is that, you know, you might be listening to this and thinking, streaming, yeah, right, I can't do any streaming at home. I don't have good internet. You know, certainly the libraries that we serve, in Goochland, even Rockville, Montpelier, King, Queen, always have trouble getting reliable internet connections. So you might think, streaming's not for me, I'm not able to do it. But Hoopla allows you to download, whether it's a movie, whether it's an album, whether it's a book, a talking book, you can download it wherever you can find internet. So let's say come to the library, find whatever it is you want to check out, download it here, and then you can enjoy it for the checkout period wherever you are, whether you have good internet at home or anywhere else. So that's a really, really great thing about it.
And explain, what is Hoopla for someone who may not know?
Yes, okay. Hoopla is an app that you can download to any smart device. So if you have a phone, an iPad, a tablet, a smart TV, you can download the app on there. Now you can also get the website on a laptop. You can't actually download the app, but you are still able to view their collection.
Yes, and it's free.
Yeah, it's all free. You can get it free with your library card, and you just put in the information. You can register for an account, and you're good to go. Now, our library currently has 14 as the number of checkouts that you can have every month. And every month it renews, you get 14 more checkouts. And Canopy is also another app that we provide free with your library card. That one, at the moment, you can only stream movies. You can't download them, so you do have to have reliable internet connection wherever you're accessing the app. But again, it depends. I mean, we certainly have patrons that are able to do that, so we're hitting different demographics with that, and they don't have the same collection in them. So let's say you can't find one on Canopy. Oh, I guess that's it. No, you can actually go and look on Hoopla and see they might have it.
And Canopy, you can have a queue. So I one time was looking and putting a lot of movies that I wanted to someday see, putting it in my queue, which is kind of nice because then I go back later. And there they are. When I want to watch them. And
then the same Hoopla, you can favorite different things if you don't want to check it out right now, or if you're out of checkouts for the month, you can always favorite it, and then when you're able to get your new checkouts, you can go ahead and do that at that time. So yeah, I mean, electronic services are definitely growing in libraries. That's not to say that we're ever going to get rid of our print books. We still have our print books, we still have our DVDs, because again, we do want to hit different demographics. We understand that there's people that only read print, and we fully respect that. And we feel that way about certain types of books as well. Some books just, you have to read the physical copy of it. But you're the same as me. You have different formats that you do. Sometimes you do talking books, sometimes you want to do print books. It just depends.
That's right. And I think some audiobooks lend themselves to better listening than actually reading. Like I am listening to The Splendid and the Vile by Eric Larson, and that is a wonderful audiobook. Love it. And so, yes, there's
just different types of books. I mean, I'm a history nerd as well as a book nerd, so a total nerd completely.
You are.
Yeah, I am, and proud of it. So I read a lot of nonfiction and, historical things. They tend to get a little bogged down with facts. So sometimes I find myself, I cannot listen to something while I'm driving, for example, because I really got to pay attention to the road and not the book I'm listening to. So I actually have to pick up the print copy and read it at another time, because if I'm listening to it, for whatever reason, will just not stick in my brain. I'll miss a lot of stuff. So yeah, but then there's fiction books that you read, and you can read them print and then do them as a talking book or whatever. And so, yeah, I mean, that's another thing that's great about public libraries, is that there's just so much variety.
So much.
I mean, whatever type of person you are, chances are we have something that can satisfy whatever it is that your need is, which is amazing. And another new thing that we've added to our collection is that Libby, which is another streaming app, an electronic resource app that we have available with your library card has now made it easier to view magazines as e-resources.
From all over the world, from international world. They're wonderful.
Yeah. Again, variety of collection is amazing. I was actually shocked. I mean, I'm thinking, okay, they're going to have Us Weekly, they're going to have People, and that's it. No. You have Vogue in every language.
Right.
It's so
Which
cool.
is fun.
And it's actually expanded. We had RB Digital, which was another app that allowed for magazines to be checked out virtually, but this one, I think, has more. I mean, Libby has gone and expanded their collection. So, I mean, it's so cool.
It's great. Yeah, you can flip through a magazine digitally, and you can blow it up, where unlike a print magazine. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if I want to see a detail, I can do that. That's fun.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. Like, the quality is amazing. I mean, whatever device, if you've got an iPad, I mean, the colors are beautiful. And then the great thing about devices is that you can change the how bright you want it. I mean, you can manipulate how you want the item to look. And it's the same with ebooks as well. I mean, Hoopla even has different modes that you can set. I mean, if you don't like the blue light, or even for patrons that have different
dyslexic,
learning disabilities. Yeah, yes. If you're dyslexic, you can actually change the print to make it easier to read. I mean, so there's definitely advantages, like I said, to electronic resources in some ways, depending on what you're looking for. So yeah, I mean, we're putting a lot of investment into that because we see a lot of patrons that genuinely prefer. I mean, sometimes you just can't get to the library. Right. You're busy, you've got kids, I mean, or you're busy with schoolwork if you are a kid. I mean, we have so many resources that you can just access at home. If you go to our website or one of our apps, it's just all there, so it makes everything easier.
In the branches, we still do have some magazines.
Yes.
And patrons can check out back issues of magazines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So again, we're balancing the old and the new. Whatever you have, whatever you think is best for you or what works best for your situation, we're going to have that available more than likely. So we've definitely had some changes during COVID.
That's right. But we've stayed open.
We've stayed open. We're very proud of the fact that we've been able to continue to serve as well as we have, and we do get a lot of patrons coming in and saying they really appreciate it, and we certainly appreciate still being able to have our jobs and continue to work during COVID, which is a privilege. So it's been a lot of change, not only in the world, but here in our branches. We have now, we've stepped up at Upper King William. We can now do, we have a self-checkout machine, which is pretty cool for us. All branches now have the capability to have self-checkouts, but not only self-checkouts, this machine actually allows you to pay your fines. We can now accept credit cards. Which might not sound too exciting, but for us is an actual big deal. Patrons have been sorely disappointed throughout the years to learn that we did not take credit card payments. It had to be cash or check. But we're moving on up, and now you can use credit cards to pay your fines. If you have a printout, if you have copies, all of that, we can pay by credit card.
So speaking of printing off our new machine, you can print from home. I mean, you can download another app. What's it called?
Printer On.
And pick the library that you want to print at. From home, you can set it up, send it to the printer, and the printer here at our branch and all the branches will hold the job for 48 hours.
Yes.
So if say you're out of ink and you think, oh, I have to have this printed, you can go ahead and print it, stop at the library, and you would retrieve your print job by entering your email address into the machine, and there your job is. So you have 48 hours to come get it and pay for it.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
And see, that's another thing we've had patrons ask, do you have mobile printing? And we've had to say, no, unfortunately we do not. And now we do. And it's really exciting because it's made everything so much easier. I mean, you used to have to come in. We've always had printing capabilities, but you used to have to come in, log onto the computer, go to your email. Sometimes you didn't have your password to your email, which, you know.
Now you can send it straight to the printer if you have that app on your phone, even your phone.
Absolutely. And then even if you're on your laptop or you have a desktop computer, there is a website, printeron.com, that you can go to. And then you can do the same thing, upload or attach the document and send it to one of our printers. And again, you have 48 hours to retrieve. Yeah, I mean, I'm really glad about that because it's going to make everything easier for our patrons, which is what we strive to do. You know, again, just anytime we can expand our services further, I think is always positive.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, obviously COVID has brought us a lot of negative you know, things, and it's been tough, but at the same time, you know, we're glad about all the different services that we've been able to diversify and bring about to make everything easier.
So, managing your account. This is one of the things I love about online, going to our website online, which I do all the time from home, so I can see, you can log in and with your library card number and your password, and if someone is confused about that, they just you can call the library and we can help you with it. So you log in to your account and you can see what books you have checked out. You can renew your own books. You can see if you have any fines. You can see what you have on hold and where you stand in that line for the holds. What
position you're in.
What position you're in, and
yeah, I mean, I've that's been so good for me personally, or I don't know, because it's certainly expanded the number of books that I have on hold. But it's great because I'll have a thought like, oh my gosh, that sounds like a really good book. I'll be looking online, or a friend of mine will suggest something, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if the library has it. And I don't have to call. Let's say it's closed, it's a Sunday.
Right.
I'll just go on our website, type in the name of the book, and it'll tell me immediately if we have it. And the great thing about our catalog, which, you know, not every library has this available, is that we actually have linked our catalogs with Hoopla and Overdrive.
Yes.
So it's not just going to show you the print copies that are in our branches. It's going to show you if we have it available on Hoopla or Overdrive or Libby. And so depending on what type of format you want, you can see. You don't have to go to 3 different, you know, apps or 3 different websites to see whether it's in this one or is it this one or this one. It'll just show it to you directly, and then I can put it directly on hold there, so I don't have to think about it. I don't have to write it down. I've done it right when, you know, I have my phone next to me, which
it's tempting.
Yeah, a little too tempting sometimes, I think.
If there's a subject that I'm interested in, I can easily go to our catalog and just, oh, I want to see that. I want to see that. So I get to work, and of course I have 5 or 6 holds waiting for me, and I'm so excited about it.
And they all come in at the exact same time, regardless of when you put them on hold. Yeah, and then you have a stack of books, which makes us really happy. We love to see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's made everything so much easier. Which, of course, you're still welcome to call us if we are open. We are more than happy to put things on hold for you, look them up, whatever. So if you don't have internet access at home, we are still able to do that for you. And another thing that's actually really exciting is that we actually have mobile hotspots available.
Oh, yes. Oh, how could we forget that?
I know. I mean, especially during the pandemic.
Huge. Oh,
I was so happy that we were able to get that out there because, again, we serve rural counties. So, you know, we have a lot of communities that just have no access to broadband, and then forced to go, you know, to school online. Workplaces went, from home. And so you have a lot of patrons that just simply did not have the ability. And so let's say you have to do class, and what are you going to do? You're not able to go to school, you know, and you're not able to come to the library. Well, you can actually check out a mobile hotspot from us. This hotspot provides internet for at least 10 devices.
2-week checkout.
or actually for a total of 10 devices, excuse me. It's a 2-week checkout, and you're able to get unlimited internet. There is no gig, what do you call that? A gig limit. Oh my goodness, the words are leaving me. There's no limit. It's completely unlimited, like I said, for up to 10 devices, and it's so great. I mean, you can place it on hold. I mean, we have so many different copies available for our patrons. So again, all 10 branches have it. You can call us, put one on hold, and we'll just give you a call or send you an email when the item comes in and it's ready for you to be picked up.
And any item that you have on hold, we hold it here for 8 days for you to come get it. And then if it's not retrieved, it just goes back into our system.
Yep, and it goes to the next patron. And these hotspots have been so popular. I mean, they're circulating very well.
Yes.
And it's showing us how many people need this access and are not able to get broadband access at home. And so that's a service that we're going to continue. Hopefully when, this pandemic ends, and hopefully it ends soon, we're still going to have that available. I mean, and don't think that just because, say, T-Mobile doesn't work, at my house. So that's not going to work for me. We've actually had patrons tell us nothing works at my house, not AT&T, not Verizon, not T-Mobile for cell phones or anything. And for whatever reason, these hotspots are working in these communities as well, which is amazing.
They circulate quite well.
Yep. And so, I mean, all of this to say, we bombarded you with all these different services, but this is really the amount of things that we have available, and we've not even, touched the surface of all the things we have. I mean, so call your branch, and there is no stupid question that you can ask us. I mean, we're always willing to help. Stop in. Yeah, stop in. A lot of places, have obviously closed during this pandemic. Social Security offices, DMV, are not available. And so people are having a hard time accessing resources. And, you can stop by the library. We'll do the very best we can to help you. I mean, that's a commitment that Pamunkey has at every branch, at every level. We are here to help. We are a resource. We want to help the community. It's our entire job. So don't ever come in thinking, oh, I don't want to bother them. You're not bothering us. We want to help.
Yes, and we have a lot to offer.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's available here.
Yep. And then who knows? I mean, certainly in the future, like you said, it's ever changing. Libraries are always changing. So whatever you thought your library was when you were a kid, not anymore. I mean, we certainly, again, have the traditional services that we've always had, but we're always going to keep adding. So always keep checking our website, call us, please visit us. We're open.
Come by and see us.
Come by and see us. We missed some people during the pandemic, and now they're starting to trickle back.
Yes.
So we love it. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention you. Please stop by and sign up for the summer reading program.
Oh, summer reading.
Yes. We are still having summer reading. We have, different prizes available depending on what age group you're in. We've got a whole load of prizes. I mean, we've got gift cards. We've got, what is that? The Instant Pot, which I was very excited about. I'm thrilled.
I didn't even know.
It's amazing. Yes, you could actually win one.
An Instant Pot.
I know people are going to be excited for that because it's amazing.
And it goes with all our cookbooks that we offer.
Yes, exactly. We have cookbooks available. A patron actually came in yesterday and said, "You have cookbooks?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me? We have
cookbooks.
Every cookbook known to man.
It's great.
We own them. Again, and those are expensive too.
Oh yes. Yes.
And all those magazines that we have that have all those recipes. So
So life is better with libraries.
Yes, absolutely. We certainly feel that way. And we hope you do too. We hope that, we've taught you some new services. And if you have, heard of them, we hope to have reminded you that we're still here. We're still providing. And again, we're always going to keep changing. So always, keep up with us, visit, call, anything.
Thanks for listening.
Yes, thanks for listening. Yep, we hope you continue to support our libraries.